Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of REM Bus. I'm your host Kaaz. As always, I got Callum with me. Hey Callum, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Are you?
So guys, let's talk about the Clarity Act today very quickly. Everyone's talking about the Clarity Act, and if you guys you can know, Clarity Act actually came into the picture last year, 2025 July, when the Trump administration actually tried to push the digital asset actually compliance in there. So obviously, the lower house and the upper house actually passed that. Now this is the time after many amendments, really pushed hard by the Trump government. It's going to go into again into the Senate this 14th, which is another 3 days to go. Let's hope for the best, guys. This is can be a best thing ever can happen to crypto because all the institutional funds gonna flow into crypto. It's got a clear definition of what are the securities, assets, spot trading. Sorry, a lot of trades can go into US legally and trade again. This is the best thing ever can happen. So let's hope for the best. On that, a lot of people ask us questions. Hey guys, because this new hype, can the Bitcoin pump? And if because of that pump, can the altcoin season can come? Anything's possible. We can see the Bitcoin's little bit pumping about 180, 80, 81, 82 mark. Sorry, not 180, 81, 82 mark. But again, it's there at the moment. So let's go to Callum and we'll see actually what's the graph saying. We're not saying is can all coin season can come and Bitcoin can jump into massive jump because of the Clarity Act, but can be any reason a small pump. But if once the Clarity Act in effect, things can be changed, but that we don't know how long that's going to take. You know how always any new policy can be in the effect will take time. So without further ado, I'll jump into Callum. Callum, you know the buzz in the market at the moment, Clarity Act, that's the main word. But what do you think? Is it the start of a small pump at the Bitcoin?
Well, that's a good question, Kaz. Hi everyone, welcome to the show. Look, the story is that unfortunately we don't know until this act actually represents whatever that means, and then how much that it's going to impact the industry, right? Once it's implemented. So the implementation, this whatever before implementation happens is just noise, right? Whether the crypto market's going to go with the noise is a different story. Because at the end of the day, value happens. Whether you give a value to anything depends on what it represents. If you want to give value to this bottle and I don't know, some Michelangelo signs this, then all of a sudden the value of this bottle gonna go, this is like a juice bottle that I just had to drink. But if you think about it, the value of this bottle gonna go to millions probably because Michelangelo signed it, apparently, you know. So how we gonna define value? It depends on the actual market appreciating that specific asset class or specific product or whatever that is, right? For example, that's why we say, Kaz, and this is very important that we discuss this issue as well. We are a utility project, right? So we utilize our coin is called a utility coin, not a security coin or anything. What that means is there are other use cases that we utilize as an RWA project, which would add value to our coin or our cryptocurrency in that specific site. That's how we can say, when we take, Great Britain, say pounds or something, it got this much of a value, US dollar got this much of a value, Australian dollar got this much of a value, Japanese yen got this much of a value. How do you value a currency is not just someone using it in Japan, using it in another country, but overall market giving a value to it because of the country's economy. All right, and that's why inflation happens. That's why interest rates changes, and all these things happen because specific central bank or reserve bank would make sure that the value of their currency stays the same or increases. That's their whole objective. So let's look at this one. Uh, what's going to happen? The answer to story is that if Bitcoin can retain its position for a while, then we're looking at a very good positive market, right? So let's, without further ado, let's share my screen and I'll talk about it actually. Excuse me. Okay, so here we go. So you can see this. This is the current crypto market. And we always talk about when it goes down, it goes up. Again, it's like Mr. Market, an intelligent investor. You see, it shows you a point today, shows you a worse point tomorrow, shows you a big, beautiful point tomorrow, the day after, right? You can see it's going up. Brilliant. Probably because of the act, probably some good news coming up. The market reacts to it. That's what usually happens. Everyone reacts to it. We should not be reacting to market climates, right? XRP doing really well as well, right? There were a few forecasts came up with XRP recently. Cardano, okay, whatever. It's not doing really well, but that's what it is. But then we got BNB. It's got its own ecosystem, own exchange, own lot of things going on in BNB. It's its own blockchain. Tron has always been there, and you know what? You can say whatever you want to say about Tron, but people still use it, and it's an EVM as well. It adapts as you go on. This is the beauty of Tron. There are a lot of things that you can go like that. I talk about Polkadot and all those other things. Matic, a lot of things going on. Now, with this, rather than talking about it, you can see something like REM, Real Estate Metaverse, which is we are REM USDT at MEXC. A great opportunity if governments endorse this. These sort of things would add value to RWA projects like REM. That's why it can bless these sort of projects to go up. As you can see, we have passed a lot of criteria that MEXC is giving us, which is good. It's very healthy. MEXC is asking us different questions, different things all the time, putting us in audits, and we have survived. You can see a lot of projects has declined because of they do not pass these audits. We do. That's the beauty of it. We try to keep the pace up. Now, going back to the market and going back to the Bitcoin here. Here we go. Now, when you go to the bigger picture, as always I do, right? You can see the the Bitcoin USDT chart that it has done the similar thing which is going up. But the problem is, guys, rather than going down, now I would like to see this chart a little bit up here. 2020, 2022, 2020, 2018. Here we go. Now you can see this chart coming up. It's coming up still, guys, which is good. Let's look at it over here. What I was there you go. That's something I like. Look, this is where the cross happened. Remember we said? And then this is the 3-day chart. This is the 50 MA and 200 MA. You can see what happened here. It fell down like the same way. But what never happened before is it's going upwards, crossing the blue line. This chart, these bars over here, crossing the blue line like this before it came to certain state. Now this, remember guys, since it fell from here, which is 2022 May till 2022 November, which is like 6 months time. It took 6 months time before it even touched this blue line. We, on the other hand, started in January 2026 and dropped down, but then we saw this crossing this blue line within 3 months. That is significant, guys. This is significant. So this has never happened in Bitcoin charts. So now we're in an unknown territory. We are in an unknown territory. If this can go, this is 3 days. So every third day, just say if it goes like this, stable, right up there. Have some here, some sort of a segment here, some sort of a foundation here. then it supports this chart to go up. And we would see, before when it goes down, we would see something going up, which is brilliant in our scenarios. See, this is what I'm talking about. So even if you go to 2018 here, see, even when it dropped down, before it touched the blue line, it took ages, guys. See, when it fell down from here, say from here, since 2018 January, it took a good 7 months before it touched the blue line. This is extraordinary. I was hoping it goes down and comes up like this and then it touched the blue line. But it changed. This is what I'm talking about, guys. We don't know yet. So this is beautiful. Like, you know these things, right? Again, let's refresh this to make sure everything's under control. We are in the neutral zone, guys, in fear and greed index, which is another plus point. We're not in the fear or extreme fear. We're in the neutral zone. That means people in the middle. That's fine, as long as it's not here. Now, if you see more greed coming up, then we would see some pumping happening. Altcoin season index. Where are we there? 50 guys out of 100. Last time it was 49. Last week was 39. Last month was 34 in average. We are going up towards the altcoin season, which is brilliant, right? This is the altcoin market cap. This is the altcoin season index. Look at what's happening here, right? So I guess this is what we're heading now. Let's go to the Bitcoin dominance chart. You can still see Bitcoin is dominating really well. Today is the 60.1 index, so which we want to see Bitcoin dominance going down, altcoin season index going up, and fear and greed index would go to somewhere around, say, greed, not extreme greed, but greed. Then we can see altcoins pumping as well. So you know what, guys, those who actually, most of the people, I think, looking at the altcoin season update, this is what I can say. At the moment, stay tuned. Make sure you do not sell your cryptos. Hold on to your cryptos. If you're buying now, I don't see any issues. But you know what, guys? If you remember, there's always a chance. I'm telling you now, there's always a chance that Bitcoin may fall down to these levels that we discussed before in our videos. If that happens, if this can't sustain, if this happens, are you ready to hold? Because you purchased here, right? Now, what we've done throughout the time is let you know the timing, and we say, hey guys, why don't you sell here? We did mention that, guys. You remember this. Even here, we ask you, if you want to dollar cost average buy something, buy. Here, we say, okay, buy, all right. If it goes down a little bit, don't freak out. Don't say this is the end of the world. You do dollar cost average. Always dollar cost average. Buy small amounts. So that's my advice today. And let's see how it goes. Again, guys, this is just an educational purposes thing. This is nothing to do with my financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I am, however, the link for REM, like Kaaz. Here we talk about our project very profoundly. Since that, Kaaz is the CEO of REM, and you know what, he can give you much more idea than me of the functional point of view. But what we can say is that those sort of solid projects will bring you value. And look into the market, look into our REM things. But this is, if you want to do a thorough analysis, do your due diligence. Don't get anyone's word. This is not a financial advice. It's just another guy talking about some charts and saying, there you go. Thank you, Cass. I think, Cass, you're muted, so you can take that off. Yeah.
Sorry, guys, technical difficulties. Yeah, it's not just another guy. He's got years of experience. You're talking about the experience, but thank you, Callum. So, guys, there you go. The crypto market was sometimes hype driven. Yes, because of the Clarity Act, hoo-ha, might have a little bump. You never know. but let's say more details yet to come. Also, please check our socials. I done a little article on Clarity Act and the impact on the RWAs, which is really close to our project. So I just very briefly in my own due diligence and my research, so you can have a look at that. That's very clear on that one. What I think can be the impact on RWA projects, but overall, this is a really positive thing. This act, if the so-called act, which gonna bring, I believe, and also Callum and me had a chat too. We believe that more institutional funds will come into big money will come into crypto, and you know what that means? That means the Bitcoin can be pumped. Yeah, we never know. We can see. It's all about the building all the momentum, and obviously, our friend, everyone on X is doing that at the moment. So they're building the momentum. So let's wait and see, guys. Another 3 days, and hopefully we'll bring another REM bus on the next couple of days, and we'll discuss a bit more. So follow us on our social, and comment what you need to be discussed on this one. And if it's more about the Bitcoin pump or anything else, we're happy to discuss. Again, do your own due diligence. These are just not financial advice. We just giving we going by the previous data, and we'll give you what we think. All right. So thank you very much for today. Have a blessed day, and we'll see you guys again in another episode of our Bus. See you later.
Soon. Right.